Hey guys, I'm back. I know. Anyway, let's just talk, okay? I wanted to give you guys like an update. Yes, it's a pizza box in the background. It needs to go to the garbage. It hasn't gone yet. Sorry. Anyhow, I want to talk about like what I've been reading this month, what I'm currently reading, and also just like a mid-month reading update. I've read honestly quite a bit this month. Not as much as I would like, ironically. So let's just move on. So we'll start with the first book that I finished, because why not? We like that. That is No Beast So Fierce by Dane Huckelbridge. This is a nonfiction book I started, I think last year. So I think it only took me a year to finish this book, something like that. Anyway, first half of the book was pretty good. I really enjoyed it, and then it got really dry in the last half. Because I thought that this book was about them hunting down a man-eating tiger, but the author thought it was about colonialism in the second half, which great, fine to learn about that if that's what you want in the book that you're picking up. I picked it up for the man-eating tiger part because I think that man-eating tigers and lions and all that I think is just fascinating. So yeah, second half kind of let me down, which is ironic because that's when they caught it in the second half. But honestly, I had to use an audiobook to get through the second half, so that was disappointing. It didn't hold enough of my attention for me to sit down and physically finish it, and I wanted to just get it done. So yes, not terrible. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Just the second half was not for me. I do love this cover though. Second thing that I read was an ebook. No, it's actually not an ebook, I don't think. I think the paperback is up. I don't know if there's an ebook up for it, but it's called Night of Teeth by Nathaniel Luscombe. It's part of the same world as his book, the ones with gilded bones, which I really enjoyed. The ones with gilded bones. It's a good younger YA novella, fantasy novella. So I really enjoyed that one. I read Night of Teeth. Honestly, I think I enjoyed Night of Teeth, the short story, more, and I wish it had been longer and like drawn out a little bit more. But I honestly really, so he put it up for his birthday. It was just something he did for his birthday. And honestly, I was reading it, I was like, but I want to give you my money because this is good. So yeah, so I read that. It was just a short story online on his website. I'll link it down below if you're interested in reading it. You can read it without having read the novella. It's just set in the same world. So yeah. The next thing I read was Falling for the Heiress by Gabrielle Landy. I don't know why I always have a hard time saying that name for anybody, but Gabrielle, I don't know. Anyway, I started this a while ago. I put it down because I just wasn't in the mood for a romance at that point, and then I picked it up and kind of put it down because I've been in and out of moods for romances, and this one took me an absurd amount of time to actually read it, which was not the book's fault. I will say, once I reached about the halfway point, because I was reading my daughter to sleep, and I was reading this book, and I was like, okay, now I need to know what happens, and I finished the other half of the book that same night. So yeah, it's really a quick read. It's a clean, wholesome, cute, small town romance. If that's your thing, try it out. The second book I think comes out, I think April. I'm not sure. I think it's April though. Then, in the interest of full disclosure, this is my friend, but I still really enjoyed it. I was afraid I wouldn't, honestly, because this is not my typical genre, but I really enjoyed it. 4 to 5 stars for me. And then the next thing was my first 5-star read of the month, and that is Shadow of the Sasquatch by J.H. Moncrief. And now I need so this is a sequel apparently. You can read it without reading the first one, by the way. I did, and that was fine. it's a sequel to her book, The Return of Dyatlov Pass. I think that's how you say it. If you heard about the events, like the actual historical events of Dyatlov Pass, they are freaky. My husband and I were talking about, because I was telling him how much I needed the first book now, and he bought me this book. It was on my list, but he bought it for me because he's nice like that. But he was looking up like the historical events that happened. I think it was 1959 or something like that. It was in the 50s, and this group of like really experienced hikers, people you wouldn't think should be panicking or and all this stuff, like they go up to Dyatlov Pass and everybody dies, and they're found in like without their boots, their tent, the back of their tent is cut open from the inside, someone's found up a tree, and it's wild, okay? And the conspiracy theories, honestly, like I think it was 70 years later or something absurd like that, the Russian government reopened the case to find out, try and figure out what happened, and they're like, oh, avalanche. And I'm just like, it took you 70 years to figure out it was an avalanche? I don't know. It seems a little sus. And then you get into it, and the people who are like, no, it's not an avalanche, have a very convincing case. So personally, at this point, I feel like it's either government or a yeti. Anyway, so that's what I've read so far this month. I've enjoyed all of those books for the most part. What I'm currently reading is Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. This is my first Cassandra Clare novel in a long time. I did read Mortal Instruments, I read Bane Chronicles, I read Infernal Devices, enjoyed them all, minus the incest plot, and I was like, you know what? I have 3 Cassandra Clare books, 2 of which are start of a series that I have not read, and I keep seeing this series around, so I'm like, you know what? Let's just do it. So my plan, tentatively after that, I think, is to read The Blood That Binds Us by S.L. Coakley, and probably finish On Wings of Ash and Dust by Brittany Wang, which is in my bedroom. I don't have it with me right this second because I forgot to grab it. She wasn't planning on talking about it for some reason, but I do want to try and finish that. I don't know if I will get to either of those books before the month is over, but we're gonna see. It is the 16th. My phone cut me off, so that's how I know that. Anyhow, love it. I need to get a real camera to vlog with, but it's out of my price range right now, so yeah. Oh yes, and I did forget, so I guess it was kind of a not good thing, I don't know. Anyway, one thing that happened from getting cut off is I remembered there is another book I do hope to finish before the month is over, and that is Seven Figure Fiction by T. Taylor. I'm trying to read more like craft and marketing books for like writing and stuff, so yeah, this one is kind of like a mix of like craft and marketing. It's like about how you can put like specific things in your book to help it sell better. Obviously you want to do it within reason, you know, with the story that you have and everything, but it's like about making your stories more marketable, like with the ideas you already have and already want to write. So yeah, it's been interesting so far. A lot of it is romance focused, which is kind of a tough one because I don't really write romance. I am going to be writing a fantasy romance, but this will help with that, but I'm not writing one right now, so it's kind of, you kind of have to really pay attention and try and figure out how to apply it to like your specific genre, which is the case with a lot of writing advice and stuff, but a lot of these books seem to be romance focused, and so sometimes it's hard to find one that's not so focused on romance. I don't know why. So I will learn from anybody who can teach me what I lack at this point. Like, I am not too prideful for that, so yeah, but I'm hoping to finish that one. I'm sure I will. I read like 60 pages in it in like, I don't know, in one evening of a very short amount of time. It's a very quick read, so hopefully I learned something that will help me in here that I can apply or figure out how to apply. That's the real key, is figuring out how to apply some advice, especially when it's outside of your genre, figuring out how that can apply to your genre as well. Some advice just doesn't, but this one I think I should be able to find at least one thing. So fingers crossed. But yeah, that is what I'm reading, what I'm working on, and what I'm hoping to read next. I'm gonna be straight up honest, I probably won't get to The Blood That Binds Us this month, but I am hoping to get to it like beginning of March. So we'll see. But yeah, that's what's up right now. Let me know what you're reading and all that jazz, and I hope that you guys are having a fantastic day, a great week. I hope you're having a better week than I am, because it's been hard, but we're making it through, so that's what matters. Anyway, bye.